Hi, everyone. Today we're going to touch up on a topic I've covered many weeks ago, which was DBD and color blindness. I'll leave a link to that video in the description, but the gist of the subject is Dead by Daylight is still incredibly unfriendly to colorblind folk, with lack of real accessibility settings and effective colorblind modes. Yes, the colorblind mode in this game fundamentally does little to nothing to help. I'm hoping that the recent change to Shattered Square is a sign that the devs are more aware of the subject and are more open to making map changes to benefit the whole community. I was quite pleased with the lighting changes to Shattered Square. It was a definite step in the right direction. The old lighting was way too red and orange and extremely unfriendly to many gamers, but this current lighting, I'm pretty much digging it. But today, I'd like to focus our attention on Coldwind Farm. This realm of maps is arguably just as bad, if not worse, than old Shattered Square lighting for folks with different color blindnesses. But instead of just trusting my word on this, why don't I show you guys what Coldwind can look like for someone else? With the help of my good friend Alarin, I have different reshade filters that simulate DBD in the following color blindnesses: deuteranopia, protanopia, and tritanopia. And now I'm going to show you clips of these different reshades and these different color blindnesses. All right, first you're looking at deuteranopia. While you're watching this gameplay, please pay attention to the color of the scratch marks and how they look on the floor environment. For video purposes, I'll be showing both survivor and killer clips just so you can get an idea of how horrible the lighting and color scheme is on Coldwind and how inaccessible scratch marks and killer red stain is. And with that, now you're looking at protanopia. Protanopia color blindness can look similar to deuteranopia. The difference is people with protanopia are unable to perceive red light, while the deuteranopia colorblind cannot perceive green light. With protanopia, red appears a lot darker. I've been using this filter on so many different maps, and this is by far the worst color blindness to have when you play DBD. Unfortunately, it also happens to be the most common color blindness. Finally, you're looking at tritanopia, which is blue light colorblind. I honestly have no words for what you're seeing here. This is just awful, and these filters I'm using purely simulate the game with a color filter. I'm not adding any brightness or contrast. I am also using the corresponding colorblind modes for each filter just to demonstrate how useless they are. I hope that these clips are sufficient enough to show you guys that Coldwind is awful, and there are many factors on why. For starters, the lighting is abysmal and the whole map feels as if it's one color. There is not enough contrast and shading, and everything is basically melded together. But here's what frustrates me more. We used to have a Coldwind where the lighting was arguably so much better. Some refer to it as nighttime Coldwind just because the trial actually took place at night. Some of you may not have played DBD back then, but let me tell you, it definitely wasn't an eyesore like the Coldwind we have today. And I know plenty of this community has begged the devs for years to reconsider the lighting change they did and put the map back to a night cycle. I'm fortunate enough to have some of my community members submit clips of old Coldwind so I can show you guys what it looks like. This is a much older version of DBD, so I'm sure there's a lot of things that might throw you off in these clips, but please look at how the map has much better contrast. There is much more darker shading on the map, so red stains and scratch marks definitely stand out more than what we currently have. Unfortunately, we couldn't get my filters on this version of the game, so you're seeing regular gameplay without any simulation. If there's any colorblind folk that are watching this video, please comment your feedback on this and let me know how this gameplay looks in comparison to your gameplay on current Coldwind. What I was able to do was take certain screenshots of old Coldwind provided to me and feed them through a website that simulates color blindness the same way my reshade filters do. I'll provide a link to the website in the description if you're interested in trying it out for yourself. Here are the results. I want to be very clear. I'm not asking for another full Coldwind rework. I'm humbly asking for a lighting change because the Shattered Square lighting change was very appreciated, and I wish Coldwind got the same treatment. Anyways, that's actually all I have for this video. Behavior, if you are watching this, please put Coldwind on your radar for accessibility changes. We miss it being on nighttime. All right, thank you for listening. See you guys in the fog.